Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon here with more Clownfish TV, and I didn't expect to make this video tonight, to be sure. So you've probably seen it. It's been out there on Twitter and Facebook. Well, it's not on Facebook, and that's part of the problem. But it has been making the rounds of social media that Bounding Into Comics, their Facebook page, has been pulled down by Facebook for really kind of nebulous reasons. They're not being really clear on what the infraction was. But Facebook did pull down their page today. Now, I did reach out to John Trent earlier today and asked him if he knew what was going on. And frankly, he doesn't. When I had spoken to him, he didn't seem to know what was going on. He said that Facebook just was not very clear. There was no warning. Had something to do with like intellectual property rights. He was assuming it maybe had something to do with them posting the latest Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. But he's not sure. He's not sure. He's been trying to get a hold of Facebook to find out what the deal is. Now, Facebook has been going on a bit of a bender lately, purging a lot of quote-unquote controversial accounts of controversial figures. You know, is it possible that Bounding Into Comics got caught up in that? Possibly, maybe. But again, they wouldn't know because, you know, Facebook did not give them a warning. They just kind of pull the plug. So here is Bounding Into Comics' own words as to what is going on in this situation. Is that Facebook completely removes the Bounding Into Comics 250,000 plus strong Facebook fan page. So this is exactly how the page looks. I went out myself to see, and yeah, this is it. They've got the Facebook broken thumb, the broken thumb. Facebook did not provide any warnings and really didn't explain why the page was removed. The page was removed on Monday around 10:20 a.m. after we published the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. I, being John Trent, was logged out of my personal Facebook account, which I use to manage the Bounding Into Comics Facebook page. Upon logging back in, I received a number of alerts from Facebook indicating that they had removed content, in quotes, which ultimately meant that they had removed not just content posts, but all traces of the Bounding Into Comics Facebook page. That's what's weird, right? If they had an issue with the trailer, now we've had this before where we've done live streams and there was copyrighted music in the background. And a lot of times what Facebook will do is they will silence the copyrighted music or pull the video down. We've actually had the videos pulled down before because some nebulous infraction of something, but we've never had a page actually be pulled down for copyright reasons. That seems like a really harsh reaction, right? Just for one infraction. So the first alert indicated Bounding Into Comics was being removed because it violated, quote unquote, the Facebook Statement of Rights and Responsibilities. What the hell does that mean? We removed content you posted. This says we removed or disabled access to the following content you posted for violating the Facebook Statement of Rights and Responsibilities. The next alert read, our policies prohibit posting content that infringes or violates someone else's rights or otherwise violates the law. So they could possibly maybe be talking about the Spider-Man trailer. So when I talked to John, I asked him about that because I know that they repost movie trailers on their YouTube page, and apparently they have the legal right to do so. They work with a company that lets media outlets distribute trailers, and there's no problem on YouTube. It's just Facebook that seems to be having a problem, and he said he didn't upload the trailer directly to Facebook. So very, very weird. It said the alert continued, if you continue to post content that infringes or violates others' rights or otherwise violates the law, you could be temporarily blocked from posting content on Facebook or even have your account permanently banned. Your account. Well, the page has been nixed. The next alert then directed us to review Facebook's intellectual property policies. Again, this seems to be about something that was IP, and Trent seems to be making the connection between that and the Spider-Man trailer, or could it be something else? You know, who knows? It read, if you have questions regarding the removal of content, please visit the Help Center. It would be nice if Facebook actually told him what the actual infraction was. And this is not too dissimilar to YouTube, but usually YouTube will send you an email and say, look, the following video got hit with a copyright claim or a copyright strike, or we can't, post this video for XYZ reason. YouTube, as obtuse as they are, is still more clear than Facebook. So the message repeated. The next alert read, our policies prohibit posting content. The final message read, if you continue to post content that infringes or violates others' rights, you can be temporarily blocked. So it seems like it goes on and on, again, not citing what the infraction actually was. So as you can see, Facebook did not provide us with any concrete examples of the alleged violation. In fact, the reason why we were writing this article today instead of yesterday is because we attempted to reach out to Facebook, believing the removal of the page was inadvertent. However, Facebook has not responded to any of our Help Center inquiries. They stopped responding in an email thread with a publisher and media support team representative once the page was identified. Given recent reports of Facebook and Twitter removing pages that do not align with their views, I think it's safe to assume Facebook is targeting Bounding in the Comics due to the nature of the content that we cover and post. Now, I won't go into all the details, but there are many conservatives who work on Bounding into Comics. Now, I've actually found them to be pretty balanced, and this is coming from someone on the left. I don't think they've really done anything out of turn. They've just they've covered things from a conservative angle, whereas most of the comic book sites out there are coming from the left, obviously, because they do that because they question companies like Marvel and DC and IDW. They probably have made a lot of enemies. It's very possible that, again, this is just speculation, that somebody was kind of looking for a reason to report them. I don't know. But, I mean, it is true that Facebook has seemingly been targeting mostly, far-right figures, controversial figures. Lately they've been, they kicked James Woods, actor James Woods, off of Facebook. It's very possible that Bounding into Comics got caught up in that. There is no proof of that. It's just a very odd thing that they sort of got kicked off for some intellectual property violation, which again could be a technicality being used to get them, I guess. I mean, this sort of tactic happened on YouTube with some of the YouTubers that were critical of some comic book professionals, where they waited until the YouTuber posted pages from their comic book or whatever, and then they tried to get them on a copyright strike. It's possible something like this happened. Again, John Trent does not seem to know. Facebook is not telling them exactly what the problem was, and they may not tell them what the problem was. I mean, Facebook is a massive company, and if they're doing it to Bounding in the Comics, they're probably doing it to other people too, but they need to be a little more transparent as to why the page was taken down. And, at least I will give YouTube that YouTube will usually give you some kind of a warning, or at least tell you what the problem is so you have an opportunity to correct it. Usually, this is not always the case, but usually they will give you some kind of warning. So this is sort of, points out, and we talked before about people going back to, using their own websites and building communities on their own websites. And with social media now being so fickle, either, because of, political affiliation or, random TOS changes. We look at, what happened with Patreon. You look at what's happening with some other social media platforms and they could literally disappear overnight. Like, you could build a massive audience on Facebook, and there could come a day where Facebook is just gone. I mean, it happened to MySpace. People never thought that MySpace would be completely culturally irrelevant, but it is. So, my best advice for anyone who's doing any kind of content creation is make sure you have your own website, because that's probably your best bet if these companies just either fold or they just randomly start kicking people off. You don't have a lot of recourse. They could change their TOS overnight and you don't have a lot of recourse. So hopefully Bounding into Comics can find out exactly what the infraction was. Hopefully they can remedy that, and we will try to stay on top of it here at CLOWNFISH TV and see what's going on and let you know what's going on when we actually get some answers. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. This has been Neon. I will talk to you later. Hey guys, thanks for watching CLOWNFISH TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.